On my last video, good evening, 7286, MrTacpans's 5281. On my last video, okay, what I said is that the angels, okay, have to come to Earth or another place like Earth to eat what's on the land, so it goes through their system. What happens, okay, I believe, is that God puts spirit. Spirit is like a fertilizer, okay, as He adjusts the universe, okay, and it goes inside the rock and everything else, sending out the messages. So therefore, when the earth was created, it was created with spirit, with the message already in it. We eat, we're born to it. Now when we die, okay, all you need, if you ever watch CSI, is a little speck of this cigarette butt. You can barely see it, and they know who you are. So what happens when you die, part of that drop, I drop, part of that drop leaves your body, and right away you're picked up in the air, and you're dropped somewhere to be either reborn, or they take that right away, zoom, zoom. It's like hyperspace. Hyperspace. It just takes you right back to where you started, and you get back into your old body. So what I want to go on to next is that since it's just a dot, the dot on the eye of man, the capital I, the 9 months of birth, man is the small eye. Okay, in the cards, the Jack of Hearts only has one eye, but the Jack of Clubs has two eyes. The reason for that is man standing alone, he has only one eye. He only has one birth. So he doesn't have the spirit birth inside of him. He doesn't have the spirit angel. When the spirit angel comes to him, he then has two eyes. But the Jack of Clubs, in which is our spirit angel, has two eyes. Why? He has the eye of his father, spirit, and himself. So when he comes down here, he leaves the eye of his father, and he becomes the eye of you, because he becomes part of you. So what happens and then, okay, is you would have a dot, and then next to the dot, you would have this, the eye and the dot. Now it so happens when you put the dot over the eye, okay, you see the difference? What happens is you had the 9, now you got the eye for the birth. 9 is for, eye is for birth. Now what happens, okay, if you put two of them together, you got the number 11 with two dots, but those two dots are actually supposed to be, I'm going to show you how it works. Here it is. It's supposed to be like this, 11, 11, those two dots in the center, okay? I'm not going to explain to you how 11, 11 comes about, but I will tell you that if you take those two dots, okay, and you put them in front of each other, you get 010101, computer language. That's what happens when you put that in front of each other. Don't forget that's the birth. That's how the soul operation starts. So if it's not in there, it depends what you are doing, okay, is depending on the numbers you're going to end up with, okay, because everything has a number. Even if you can't find it and somebody gives it a name, don't worry, it's got a number. And usually the man puts the right number on it because we're connected to God, and he needs somebody one day to find out the combination. Then you find out the combination to everything. It ain't gonna be, that's for sure. I'm having trouble with just, you see, anyways, so when you do look at this, what you have, okay, with those dots, is you have 9/11, 9/11, September 11, 2001, 9/11 from the birth, and those look like the Twin Towers, right? They were brothers, angel and man, but they had to go down. They had to go down because God had to wake people up, and He can't bring His magic down here because we don't deserve His magic. So anyways, we have that, and then what happens, if you put them together, the two balls, it creates an 8, and then it's got an equal sign. As the towers go sideways, it creates an equal sign. So you got 8 equals what? I don't know what my question is going to be, so I really didn't look for the answer in that. Not only that, Okay? What happens if you put the line in front of the dot, and then you put line, dot, dot, line? You got 1,001 dreams. There's a book out like that. 1,001. Not only that, but if you put 1 in front of the 0 or the dot, you have 1010. 1010. October 10th, 2010. 10 days later, 10 months later, 10 hours later. Everything is brought to the tens. The tens is a number of perfection. If you have a number 3, you need a 7. If you have a 37, you need a 73. If you have a 128, you need a 982. You see, you're bringing each number to the tens because each number means something different, so each number has to be perfectionized. Now, anyways, the dots from the heaven, when you die, you're gone from the body. If God thinks you should come back, you're going to go right up there. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know you'll be in the earth, and it's like sleeping. I mean, it's a crazy thought, but you know, it's crazy. Anyways, I got to get back to some of my work. Take care. Did I leave anything out? Obviously, I did. So we have 9/11 from the Jacks. Anyways, not only that, but yes, I did leave something out. Is that when birth angel comes down, it's I4. When it's man, it's 6. So the line that creates the I is changed into a 4 and becomes 40. 40 days is the walk of Moses, is the night and the day. The 6 becomes the 60. 60-40. That's the winning score in tennis, maximum points counted. There's not only that, there's a lot more that goes with it. You can play backgammon and chess, checkers, cards, even if the cars are racing the F1, whatever it is, it's always going to show you something. And will the result be a winning result? Because usually nothing counts unless it's a winning result. So the question is, what are we looking for that we wanted to create? As God said, I command you. There you go.